Hey everyone, so today I have a pretty cool way, actually two ways, that you can use to analyze any GitHub repository. Since all open source software is first published to a GitHub repository and all of its information is listed there, being able to read a GitHub repo properly is really important. But it can get quite hectic when the repositories are really long and all the information is just scattered. With the era of LLMs, we should be able to quickly access the information we need. So, to do that, we need to pass the entire repository to an LLM. Now, how do we do that? The first method I'm going to show you is simple. Just go to the address bar and instead of .com, type GG and press enter. This will open the tool. Now, I don't know exactly which model is being used on the backend, but so far, it's been pretty good and delivers decent results. Here's how it works. First, you have your GitHub tokens, which represent the number of words in the GitHub repository. When you enter a custom prompt for analysis, it processes that input through the LLM. Down here, you'll see the file tree with different files in the repo. Up top, you can ask anything you want. For example, if I want to list all the features of this MCP server in a brief list, I can enter that prompt. You'll notice this analysis icon up here, and once it's done processing, you can scroll down to see the extracted features of the MCP server. Now, just to refine the prompt, I asked it to list all the features because I noticed it initially missed some. And yeah, now it has listed everything, providing us with quick access to the details. You can easily go through them, define use cases, and essentially chat with any GitHub repository you want. However, some issues might arise. The first is that the GitHub tokens might be too large, and since we don't know what model is being used, that could be a limitation. The second issue is that, again, because we don't know what model is running in the backend, we can't determine whether it's smart enough to handle more complex requests. And for that, there's another way. Now, the issues I mentioned earlier can actually be resolved with this other method, and it works in a similar way. You just go to the URL, and instead of hub, you replace it with ingest. This takes you to a tool called Git Ingest. Unlike the previous tool, which provides an LLM directly, Git Ingest transforms the repository into a knowledge base for LLMs. It does this by splitting the repo into different sections and accurately labeling them, making it easier for an LLM to read, sort, and understand the content. The result is a structured knowledge base that we can copy and use however we like. Just like the previous tool, Git Ingest also provides a token count, so you can decide which model to use. For example, if the repo has a large number of tokens, you might want to use Gemini models, since they have the largest context window. But if the token count isn't too high and you need more accurate answers, you can use models like DeepSeek instead. Another cool feature is that you can specify which files to exclude, helping to generate a more relevant and precise knowledge base. Now, if we go here, I have a DeepSeek tab open. I asked it how to install the MCP server in Cursor IDE. The repo only provides installation instructions for Claude, not for Cursor. Previously, in one of my videos, I installed it without any LLM assistance, which meant I had to manually search for a solution. Cursor wouldn't accept the environment variable we originally wrote in the command, so I had to figure out a workaround. But here's where Git Ingest helps. It read through the knowledge base and provided me with the correct installation steps. When I asked for more details, it told me to create a bash file. Then, when I asked how to get the correct path, it suggested using pwd to get the current directory path and then running the bash command with the full path inside Cursor to get the tool up and running. So overall, this tool is really useful if you're exploring new repositories or dealing with complex ones. It streamlines the process, making it easier to extract relevant information and quickly set things up. Instead of manually searching through files or struggling to understand the repo's structure, you can get a clear and organized breakdown almost instantly. This makes it especially helpful when working with large projects or trying to implement something without spending hours reading documentation. If you found this useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more content like this.